Tonight on 7 News, protesters threaten city chaos on the opening day of the Metro Tunnel. The police warning.
Teens arrested over a Melbourne shopping strip rampage, but back on the streets within hours.
Unmasking a Glenroy man accused of firing arrows into a specialist school.
Inferno miracle, a survivor found on the 16th floor.
How this Bible saved soldiers in both world wars. A Melbourne family's incredible heirloom returned.
From Chadstone to the city, crowds cash in on Black Friday sales.
And an Ashes setback for the Aussie skipper.
Live from Melbourne, this is 7 News with Mike Amor and Karina Carvalho.
Good evening. Protesters threatened to cause mayhem in the city this weekend on the same day of the Metro Tunnel's grand opening.
Police have been given extra powers and are tonight warning there will be zero tolerance after officers were hospitalised when the two feuding groups last clashed.
Police and protesters bracing for a Sunday showdown. On Melbourne's weekend to shine, the opening of the Metro Tunnel to coincide with rival rallies in the CBD.
And if you do come into the city and you do act violent, then you're going to be caught.
Port Australia First demonstrators likely to be met with counter-protesters from the left. The rival group police blame for throwing rocks and shards of glass during last month's violent rally. 2 more arrests have been made over the October 19 protest. A 21-year-old Port Melbourne man and a 56-year-old from Kilsyth have been charged and bailed.
This is a government that is not serious about law and order in this state. It's a government that is failing to keep Victorians safe.
Police have released new images of people they still hope to identify.
I urge you to turn yourself into police because you can rest assured that we'll be catching up with you shortly if you don't do it yourselves.
There will be a declared area in the city where police will have the power to search people for weapons and ask violent protesters to remove their masks.
So there are fines that are available if they don't remove their masks and they don't leave the designated area.
A crowd of around 1,000 on each side is anticipated on what's going to be a hectic Sunday in the city.
Expect some delays, plan your trip, but also expect to see a lot of police out on the streets.
Sarah Jones, 7 News.
2 teens have been released back onto the streets just hours after a machete rampage in Melbourne's north.
The drama forced Doreen Woolworths into lockdown and came only days before the Premier's machete bin trial comes to an end.
A baby-faced teen cuffed and loaded into the back of a divvy van.
To the big house, mate.
Moments earlier, he was allegedly wielding a potentially deadly weapon.
There was probably about 2 or 3 of them with machetes, just yelling out, screaming, swearing, running on the road.
2 gangs run amok through this Doreen shopping strip around 6 last night.
My colleague was out the front at the time. She was yelling out to lock the door.
The armed teens turning on each other and then on this driver. Terrified staff and shoppers scrambled to get out of their way, taking shelter in stores.
I spoke to the girls, they were shaking. They were absolutely hysterical because they had witnessed this directly. They had seen it through the window of the shop.
Having that happen with a childcare above with young children, it's disgusting.
A 17-year-old and an 18-year-old were arrested. Both were charged with possessing a controlled weapon and a fray. And both were set free within hours.
It is a little bit disheartening considering it seems that there is other things that they've also done in the past.
It's been 3 months since Jacinta Allen's temporary machete bins were placed around the city. That trial ends this Sunday, but it appears there's no sign of an end to the type of crime it was supposed to prevent.
What kind of a signal are we sending to these kids when they get a slap on the wrist for wielding a machete?
Geordie Wright, 7 News.
An elderly woman has faced court over the alleged hit-run death of a little boy. The 84-year-old is charged with careless driving and failing to stop, render assistance or report the crash in Teesdale. 6-year-old Caleb Wesley was fatally struck as he walked to a school bus stop with his sister. The Serbian-born woman has already surrendered her passport under her bail conditions and she's not allowed to drive until medically cleared by Vic Roads. She'll face court again in February.
7 News has confronted the man accused of shooting volleys of arrows into a school in Melbourne's north. Police say special needs students were in danger during a series of attacks over 4 months.
He's accused of endangering vulnerable students by shooting arrows into a special needs school. Did you fire arrows at the school? Were you trying to hurt any of the children, Nick?
No.
Nicholas Frengos was arrested during a police raid at his Glenroy house yesterday. Officers finding bows, arrows, ball bearings and a slingshot inside. Are you going to be pleading guilty?
No.
Why did you have the bows and the arrows?
Because my business.
Opposite his house, holes are pierced into metal at Glenroy Specialist School. Police charged him with reckless conduct endangering serious injury, alleging the 51-year-old repeatedly shot sporadic volleys into the school for months. Today, no sign of crossbows, just a cross, held up by Frengos in the front window. His mother deflecting to police. And why has he got a bow and arrows?
Ask them, darling. I don't know. It's insanity. Like, who even has that in their home?
Leah West worked at the school for 7 years and has spoken to teachers about the arrest.
Mortified, absolutely mortified. Just the safety of themselves, the safety of the students.
I've never seen him with any weapon. No, he doesn't mind no one. He just sits alone and does his own thing.
At this end of the school, an arrow might hit on this side students as they arrive and leave and their school buses, and in this corner, teachers and their cars.
We don't have nothing to say. Just get out, please. Just get out. Just get out.
Is your son guilty?
Doesn't matter.
Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
Police are yet to find any sign of missing Ballarat mother Samantha Murphy after 3 days of a renewed search in the Enfield State Park. 23-year-old Patrick Oren Stevenson has been charged with her murder and is awaiting trial. Detectives escorted him to the forest earlier this year. However, it's understood he isn't cooperating with police.
The hunt continues for a gang of thieves after a dangerous pursuit in Parkville. Offenders ran off after dumping a Jeep Cherokee on Elliott Avenue. Police claim it was stolen from Armidale last night.
The death toll from the catastrophic high-rise fire in Hong Kong has risen to at least 94.
But with around 280 people still missing, that figure is expected to increase as grief begins to turn to anger.
More than 24 hours after the blaze began, flames continued to flare. But the blaze is now finally out. Firefighters had already begun to search room by room for the living and the dead. Just one man has been found alive in an apartment so far, surviving on the 16th floor. 7 of the 8 towers in the Wang Fuk Court complex consumed in the worst blaze in Hong Kong for 80 years. Around 900 residents now in emergency accommodation, locals donating clothing and food for those who have lost everything. I feel very touched by these things, this woman says. I can wear this later. These will be useful for me tonight. As the towers cool, the anger is growing. 3 executives from the construction company renovating the estate arrested.
They are being detained at the moment. Police went to their office to collect evidence and conduct the investigation.
Nylon mesh and bamboo scaffolding blamed for contributing to the disaster. Satellite images showing the towers before and after the fire. Once all the bodies have been recovered, the investigation into the tragedy will begin. Hugh Whitfeld, 7 News.
An 11-year-old boy accused of stabbing another student at a primary school in Melbourne's southeast won't be charged because he's below the age of criminal responsibility. The 8-year-old victim was treated by paramedics at Brentwood Park Primary in Berwick yesterday for non-life-threatening injuries. A staff member was also hurt. The school was put into lockdown after the student went into a classroom armed with the knife and a toy gun.
Federal Parliament has gone into overtime to vote on one more bill for 2025. Crunch new environmental laws have now been passed, wrapping up a year that couldn't have gone much better for the PM.
A walk that says it all. Prime Minister Albanese chipper.
How are you this morning? You good?
as he hoofed it from the Lodge to the House of Representatives to claim victory, Parliament passing his government's overhaul of Australia's Environment Protection Act.
A stronger economy and cleaner environment depend on each other, and with these laws, our government is delivering both.
I think these laws that have been passed are going to be disastrous for jobs. Energy prices will go up for Australians.
As well, the government launched its promised scheme to help 10,000 low and middle income first home buyers.
With a 2% deposit, it's going to be possible to buy your first home.
MPs heading out.
Hopefully I'll be home in time for school pickup.
And looking forward to a new year.
Bloody oath, it's going to be a ripper year.
Upbeat today, but the government faces at least one high-stakes challenge before it can celebrate Christmas: Wednesday week's introduction of a world-first social media ban for under-16s. And for the Nationals, their first Christmas in decades without Barnaby.
He's demonstrated by his actions that he doesn't want to be part of the team anymore. Unfortunately, politics is a team sport.
Joyce quitting his old party yesterday.
You can't be stronger when you have less numbers. I'm sorry, you just cannot.
Tim Lester, 7 News.
There are tragic new details emerging about a deadly shark attack in New South Wales. Swiss national Lucas Schindler was on exchange in Australia with his partner Livia Mulheim when they were attacked by a 3-metre shark. The pair had been filming a pod of dolphins at dawn on the mid-north coast.
It was just really unfortunate, wrong place, wrong time for both of these victims.
Lucas's leg was mauled, but he still dragged his girlfriend 50 metres to shore. Tragically, she couldn't be saved.
Federal police have seized a haul of hidden gun parts destined for Victoria. Officers say there are enough parts to make up to 70 self-loading pistols. A Queensland man was stopped by Border Force in June after US officials intercepted the consignment. Federal police believe a criminal syndicate planned to assemble the guns in Australia for sale on the black market in Victoria.
Black Friday bargain hunters are filling shopping centres across Melbourne. Let's check in with Phoebe Worthley at Chadstone. Phoebe, shoppers are making the most of extended hours.
Well, that's certainly right, Karina. In fact, it's set to be a very long night ahead for bargain hunters, with many big retailers staying open till midnight. Savvy shoppers will be staying open as late as well, and also they'll be here taking advantage of those discounts in the lead up to Christmas.
It's a chance to save ahead of the most expensive time of year.
We're shopping for a lot of other people today, so it's just a lot of clothes and little knickknacks that other people are wanting for Christmas.
60% of linen shirts.
Despite household budgets being under unprecedented strain, shoppers are tipped to spend almost $7 billion at the Black Friday sales over the next 4 days. Sales set to surge 4% from last year. Technology is number one on the shopping list, as well as food, clothing and beauty.
It was a really good discount, and I went and bought some zippers, free socks and stuff. And my mate here got some perfume, Tom Ford and YSL.
There are plenty of big ticket items on offer at up to half their original prices.
We have 55-inch televisions, we have 65, we have 75, we have 80. We've got all the sizes here at JB Hi-Fi, and they're heavily discounted for Black Friday.
Shoppers chasing bargains are being advised to stick to a budget. With credit card debt on the rise, Black Friday could easily leave consumers in the red.
People were planning to spend well over $1,000. This is a serious amount of money. You could find yourself into some serious financial hot water.
The sales continue until Tuesday.
I'll be smarter about it, Gal.
Phoebe Worthley, 7 News.
Australian captain Pat Cummins has been left out of the squad for the second Ashes test.
Beck Maddern is here, and Beck, selectors are taking a cautious approach.
Yeah, they certainly are, Mike. Cummins has not been selected for the pink ball test in Brisbane. It means no selection squeeze for the Aussies, but don't rule out an 11th hour curveball.
Answering the call, a multitasking Pat Cummins ready for a late call-up to play in Brisbane's pink ball test. Thumbs up, are you back?
Oh, we're bowling, so we'll see how we go. Give us a week.
Again, near full pace, Cummins bowled for more than an hour at the SCG to prove he's overcome his back injury. Although not named in Australia's 14-man squad, Cummins will travel to Brisbane on standby for a December 4 recall. The pink balls used during today's net session a giveaway. Cummins could still play in the day-night test at the Gabba.
He's been ticking a lot of boxes the last few weeks. I saw him bowl, what was it, on Tuesday, I think, and with the pink ball, everything was going pretty good.
Already up 1-0, a potential Cummins comeback is not the only boost to Australia's pace bowling stocks. Josh Hazlewood and Sean Abbott fast-tracking their way back from injury. Standing captain Steve Smith facing Cummins, Mitch Stark and Josh Hazlewood. His hamstring injury improving.
Do you think you'll have an impact at some stage on the series without putting a timeline on it?
It's probably tough to put a timeline on it. Play a part in the back end, hopefully, and hopefully it's not still in the balance, but hopefully we're on top by then.
After his hamstring injury, fellow quick Sean Abbott is back bowling.
Hamstring on the mend, Sean?
Yeah, all good, mate. Ready to go.
Usman Khawaja's test career remains alive, despite calls for Travis Head to replace him as opener after Head's match-winning 100 in Perth. Andrew McKinlay, 7 News.
Also coming up, the record-setting Kangaroos daring to dream on the eve of the AFLW Grand Final, and why Aussie Oscar Piastri is digging his heels in as the F1 title race goes down to the wire. I'll see you with much more in sport coming up soon.
See you soon. Thanks, Beck. New train technology is coming to a station near you. Up next, the crowd-controlling lights helping take the guesswork out of the daily commute.
Also ahead on 7 News, a Volkswagen driver clocked at 220 k's an hour in Melbourne's northwest.
Pope Leo sounds the alarm on the future of humanity.
And later, exclusive details on a big shake-up for frequent flyer programs. Police have cornered a car in Melbourne's northwest after it was tracked going more than double the speed limit. The Volkswagen was spotted in Keilor doing 220 kilometres an hour on the ring road. It was tracked all the way to Sunshine, where officers surrounded the car and dragged the driver out. An 18-year-old Tarneet man is facing a number of charges.
Melbourne's train carriage roulette could soon be over thanks to new technology being rolled out along the Metro Tunnel. The system takes the guesswork out of where to stand on the platform for the best chance of finding a seat.
New technology to ease the commuter peak hour crush rolling out along the Metro Tunnel.
The city loop is full and she now has a sister in the Metro Tunnel.
The crowd control graphics will light up above the train doors at all 5 stations from Sunday, showing passengers exactly how congested each carriage is. 4 silhouettes taking the guesswork out of where to board. Just one of a suite of measures aimed at improving accessibility.
All of these additional technology points all go to making sure that the user experience is less stressful.
The Metro Tunnel opens to passengers on Sunday, but the bigger test comes in February when the new timetable begins. 1 year out from the state election today, the Allen government will be banking on a smooth transition.
As the state government powers on with its Metro roadshow, the opposition is marching on against family violence, pledging 7 years jail for coercive control.
What are you here for? Respect! When do you want it? Now!
This is a insidious pattern of behaviour that we need to put a name to and we need to call out.
We want to criminalise this because this behaviour is not okay. Far and above, it is women who suffer.
The opposition leader plans to push the domestic violence laws through Parliament next week. Rochelle Brown, 7 News.
Rail enthusiasts are expected to camp out to be among the first to ride through Melbourne's new Metro Tunnel on Sunday morning.
Not quite camping out, but Jane Bunn is at the Anzac station for us tonight. Jane, they better rug up.
Oh, that is great advice, Mike. Rain is beginning to settle in for the evening, bringing an end to our brief warm-up. The rain slowly eases tomorrow, but there are plenty of showers to follow, continuing into Sunday morning. However, there are lots of places to stay dry here at Anzac Station. The distinctive timber canopy is 85 metres long, designed to blend in with the leafy surrounds as we're right next to the Botanic Gardens. The concourse that goes under St Kilda Road is already open for pedestrians. It's Melbourne's first tram train interchange. More than half of the passengers coming through here are expected to move between trains and trams. Now, it's going to be very popular for those attending events at the Shrine and, of course, the Grand Prix. I'll be back with the full weather forecast a little later in the hour.
Yeah, train interchange was unfair. Good on you, Jane. Thanks,
you. Thanks, Jane. Pope Leo has warned war is placing the future of humanity at stake. The grim prediction came on his first international trip as head of the Catholic Church.
Setting off for his first trip outside Italy as leader of the Catholic Church, Pope Leo beginning his in-flight briefing in quintessentially American fashion.
Happy Thanksgiving. It's a wonderful day to celebrate.
Gifted pumpkin pie by the travelling press. Turkey featuring too, the destination of this papal peace mission.
To invite all people to come together, to search for greater unity, greater harmony.
Welcomed to the presidential palace by Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who the pontiff urged to use his nation's unique links to the wars in both the Middle East and Ukraine to become a source of stability in the world.
We are now experiencing a phase marked by heightened level of conflict. We must in no way give in to this. The future of humanity is at stake.
Our esteemed guests' calls for peace and dialogue are extremely valuable for the success of the diplomatic process.
A process under extreme pressure in the next nation on the Pope's itinerary. Israel striking multiple targets in southern Lebanon, it says, were terrorist weapons facilities on the one-year anniversary of the ceasefire between both countries. In London, Ben Downing, 7 News.
The Lord Mayor wants Melbourne to have its own floral emblem. 9 options have been shortlisted for the public vote via the City of Melbourne website.
I don't want to play favourites, but there's a few that stand out to me. There's the billy button. Another favourite of mine is kangaroo grass. And of course, there's the yam daisy, a beautiful yellow flower.
Council has also announced 2 garden ambassadors to help deliver more green spaces across the city.
6 lives were lost in 115 seconds of mayhem. Now the fight for answers into the Bondi Junction massacre. Details next.
Also ahead tonight, a tragic twist to the ambush shooting near the White House.
The Bunning snag takes on a scary new meaning in Mill Park.
And Bluey off the leash at New York's annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. 19 months after 6 innocent souls were murdered in a Bondi shopping centre, the coroner has wrapped up her marathon inquest. Damning new claims were aired as lawyers told the court incompetence cost lives.
6 innocent lives taken in just 2 minutes. And today the inquest was told they were denied the chance to save themselves. Westfield Bondi Junction's owners admitting when Joel Cauchi started his attack, the control room operator wasn't at her post, that alarms and a 000 call should have happened sooner. Said a lawyer for victims' families, if a competent control room operator had been present and had witnessed the first attack and took immediate action to issue some sort of warning, then perhaps lives could have been saved. Ashley Good was attacked after stepping out of an elevator. If she had even 10 seconds warning, she could have stayed in that lift. Pikriya Dacia was stabbed 77 seconds after the first staff radio call, but there were no alarms until after Cauchi had been shot dead by Inspector Amy Scott. Centre Group insisted while the least experienced, the control room operator was competent, doing her best under difficult circumstances. Focus too on Dr. Andrea Borislavac, the killer's psychiatrist until 2020, who now does concede deficiencies in the manner she discharged Mr. Cauchi from her care, but that she couldn't force him to take antipsychotic medication. Lawyers for the family say she failed to see signs of Cauchi relapsing, and it should have been obvious a GP wouldn't have the knowledge to deal with his schizophrenia, and it was unacceptable Cauchi went unmonitored across 2 states for so long. The coroner says she plans to deliver her findings before the end of the year. Paul Kadak, 7 News.
One of the 2 National Guard troops ambushed in Washington yesterday has died of gunshot wounds. The 20-year-old lost her fight in hospital while her 24-year-old colleague remains in a critical condition. The alleged gunman worked with the CIA in Afghanistan and was allowed into the US under a resettlement program. French President Emmanuel Macron has announced a new form of military service for the nation's youth. The voluntary scheme is for 18 and 19-year-olds now eligible for 10 months of paid training. More than a dozen other European nations have launched similar programs, fearful of the future after Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
One of Australia's favourite characters has wowed crowds at one of America's biggest cultural events. Bluey was the star attraction of the annual Thanksgiving parade in New York.
Off the leash and barrelling down New York canyons, our Bluey winning more American hearts.
People around the world are in love with Bluey.
The sassy blue heeler from Brisbane has become a huge Australian export. It's her second Macy's Thanksgiving parade and not likely to be her last.
Bluey on Disney Plus has been the most streamed series in the US this year.
44 million Americans tune in to the annual broadcast. It's a Thanksgiving tradition. 34 massive and not so massive balloons, some old favourites like Snoopy and Buzz Lightyear, and newcomers like Derpy Tiger.
The singing voices of hundreds from Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunter!
– 11 bands, thousands of marching girls and boys, singers and dancers. It takes 12 months to pull it all together. The weather was kind, the wind stayed away, except for a flurry of snow when this older gentleman showed up.
It's snowing on cue, the sleigh already loaded with presents.
A reminder that Christmas isn't far away.
As Bluey fans would say, let's do this.
In the United States, Jeff Parry, 7 News.
Snake season has well and truly arrived in Melbourne. Staff and patrons at a Q restaurant came face to face with one of Australia's most deadly, the mainland tiger snake.
And there's a tiger snake crawling out a dining area in Q.
And this venomous copperhead surprised shoppers at Bunnings in Mill Park. Staff kept it apart from customers until a snake catcher was able to relocate it.
That'll wake you up. A Bible is all that stood between life and death for a World War I soldier. Up next, the incredible family reunion in Melbourne, more than 100 years in the making.
Also ahead tonight, 2 suspicious fires stretch emergency crews across the city.
Exclusive details and a big shake-up looming for frequent flyer programs.
And Princess Kate promoting a cause close to her heart.
Hello. Westpac's New Zealand arm has been handed a record $3 million fine by regulators across the ditch, the bank failing to give thousands of customers legally required information about their loans, and its influenced a 0.7% loss on the ASX. JP Morgan's backing Woolies in the supermarket wars, upgrading the stock for the first time in 3 years. Analysts say stronger sales and a major cost cut push could help it claw back ground from Coles. And Black Friday sales are translating on the markets. Both Flight Centre and Temple & Webster are in the top 5 gains today. Temple & Webster up by more than 7%, Flight Centre close to 7%, the ASX finishing flat overall on a 4-week losing streak. The Aussie dollar is buying 65 US cents and 56 euro cents.
A warehouse filled with carpets has been gutted by fire in Collingwood. No one was inside at the time, but police are treating it as suspicious. Across town, fire crews were quick to respond after a home caught fire in Carrum Downs around 1 a.m. A passing Uber Eats driver noticed the flames and called 000.
The fire was going through the roof, the bushes were on fire, and also the grass outside of the fence as well.
No one was inside the home at the time.
A leading travel company has a point to prove, launching its very own loyalty program. It's a booming business down under, with Australians now estimated to have $2 billion tied up in reward schemes.
Flight Centre wants in on a growing nest egg, loyalty points.
creating its own reward system, World 360. It links travel with hundreds of partners.
So we think that this is quite unique, that it gives customers the ability of multiple choice, many rewards and the fastest way to get away.
Aussie Loyalty's big business, growing to an estimated $2 billion next year. Many ING customers use cashback rewards, on average saving $400 per year.
Younger generations are prioritising loyalty programs that offer instant cashback and discounts, where they can calculate the value in real time.
Pointax estimates Qantas and Virgin points are worth almost 2 cents each. Flybuys and Woolworths rewards almost 1 cent each. That means 100,000 airline points are worth roughly $1,900. From the supermarkets, about $800. Depending on what you redeem them on, of course. Business class airfares are great value, toasters are not.
Points are sitting in your account, they're useless because it's just like a dead weight. The magic is you've got to use those points to fly.
The Reserve Bank is looking to limit card transaction fees, which could save customers over $1 billion a year, but might also reduce the number of rewards points those credit cards come with.
Passport Rewards is a new web-based tracker earning you points from purchases.
You have a range of airlines to convert into, and those airlines are often significantly cheaper in terms of redeeming points.
Where there's $1 to spend, there's a point to earn. Blake Johnson, 7 News.
The Princess of Wales has been promoting a cause close to her heart, visiting a children's mental health charity in London. Kate supported the Anna Freud Centre for almost a decade and relished the opportunity to interact with some of the children. The Princess has long campaigned for more assistance for mothers and young children. Afterwards, Kate greeted well-wishers waiting outside.
They say religion can save your life, and one grateful family now has the proof.
A long-lost Bible credited with saving a World War I soldier has finally been returned after half a century.
What a wonderful day.
Charles Jackson finally cherishes a unique family treasure.
Well, my heart is racing at the moment.
France, 1916. Flying shrapnel hits his great-uncle, British soldier Willie Smith. But the YMCA Bible in his breast pocket protects Willie's heart.
You can see the shrapnel there. He was smart and kept it in his tunic pocket, and it saved his life.
Willie survived the war. His Bible passed on to his brother-in-law Peter, who took it to World War II.
I'll take it with me too. It's been blessed. Yes, absolutely, a lucky charm.
Later, Peter migrated to Australia. After he died, the Bible was donated to the YMCA and forgotten. 52 years on, Charles and the wise Dawn Brown tracked it to a Melbourne uni archive.
To reach out and tell him that was a very emotional moment. Yeah.
I was astounded and amazed and so grateful, overcome with joy, actually.
Adding to the mystique, the apt location where this Bible saved Willie.
Called Devil's Wood.
This one little Bible was a miracle.
To see it as now, it's just a dream come true. It's just amazing.
Nick McCallum, 7 News.
Beck Maddern's back with sport, and Beck, the team for the second Ashes test is taking shape.
It certainly is, Karina, and there was one big name missing from the squad, but not all is lost for captain Pat Cummins. Will explain why next. Also, the Kangaroos on the eve of their tilt at footy history, plus a connection camp for the Blues to boost morale, and F1 fury, Aussie Oscar hits back after a bizarre request. Welcome back. Usman Khawaja appears set for one last shot to keep his Test career alive in Brisbane. Andrew McKinlay is at the SCG for us. Andrew, selectors opted against dropping the opener for the second Ashes Test.
A close call and a tough call, Beck, but Khawaja's likely to open beside Jake Weatherald at the Gabba. After being named in Australia's 14-man squad, he's under pressure due to a poor run of form and back spasms suffered in Perth. And of course, Travis Head's 100 heroics as an opener. Now, as we showed earlier, Pat Cummins hasn't been named in the squad. Despite expectations, but could still play at the Gabba. The Aussie skipper in good spirits this morning, bowling for more than an hour alongside Josh Hazlewood and Mitchell Starc at the SCG. Cummins could be recalled at the last minute. Thumbs up, are you back?
Oh, we're bowling, so we'll see how we go. Give us a week.
England aren't doing much to shut up critics of their preparations. They cancelled a training session in Brisbane this morning as they try to level the series. What's more, no frontline Englishman will feature in a game tomorrow against the PM's 11 in Canberra, which is a warm-up with a pink ball. Beck?
Thank you. Well, we are just 24 hours away from the AFLW Grand Final with North Melbourne chasing history in front of a sold-out crowd. They're hoping to become the first team to go back-to-back as the Lions chase redemption.
Deja vu for the Roos, a third consecutive grand final appearance against the same opponent, the Brisbane Lions.
You just got to enjoy every moment because they're bloody hard to make. They're even harder to win.
The Kangas, the clear favourites on a 26-game winning streak.
We've been underdogs for 10 years, so it's not new ground for us. Our group love being told they can't do stuff, so we'll see what happens.
Tomorrow's game, again a sellout at Icon Park. More than 12,000 people will be watching on, but there could have been more.
We would all love to play at Marvel. Watching the men's on TV, it's just a great stadium. But, yeah, at the same time, I know we'll get a lot of North supporters here tomorrow.
I think when the game can actually justify filling a Marvel stadium, I think that's the time to move it. Whether we could sell that out at this stage, I'm not too sure.
If North Melbourne are holding up this cup tomorrow night, it means they've become the first team in the AFLW to win back-to-back premierships.
We still believe that our best footballers are pretty strong and will hold us in pretty good stead.
Kate Massey, 7 News.
Carlton has headed to Lorne for a pre-season camp, using it as an opportunity to connect after plenty of change on and off fields.
I think any time you get a level of change in a football club, there's an element of excitement, there's a freshness as well with some different personnel, and that's exciting in itself. So we're still in the early stages of gelling together and seeing what this looks like.
The Bombers suffered a bitter blow late today with confirmation Nick Martin will miss the entire 2026 season with a knee injury. A horror day at Royal Queensland meant Cam Smith missed the cut at the Australian PGA Championship. Min Woo Lee found the going much easier, tied for the lead at 9 under at the midway point, while Mark Leishman lurking 2 back, making bunker shots look easy.
Oh, yes! What a way for Mark Leishman to bound up the leaderboard with an eagle out of the sand.
A 5-time winner on the Live Tour this year, Joaquin Niemann joined Smith missing the cut. A chaotic ending to qualifying helped Brock Feeney take pole for today's first race at the Supercars Grand Final in Adelaide. Andre Heimgartner's engine blew up on the final turn of the last lap, leaving an oil slick which sent Brodie Kostecki into the wall. Feeney avoided the drama to take a record 17th pole of the year.
Someone would have said at the start of the year 17 poles, I couldn't have dreamt of that. Records are cool, but we're obviously here to do another job this weekend.
Seven's coverage of the Supercars Grand Final is live from 1 p.m. tomorrow. Oscar Piastri has no plans to help McLaren teammate Lando Norris win the F1 title. Norris leads Piastri and Verstappen by 24 points with 2 rounds to go.
I can definitely still go my way, but not everything is within my control now.
Norris can win the title in Qatar this weekend if he outscores both of his rivals by 2 points. So Qatar and then Abu Dhabi could go right down to the wire.
Go get 'em, Oscar, I say.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Beck.
Pleasure.
Melbourne's biggest Christmas tree will light up tonight. That headlines this week's Pick and Vic.
It's almost 18 metres tall, and tonight it'll sparkle for the first time this festive season, following free face painting, roving entertainment and giveaways at Fed Square. It marks the start of the City of Melbourne's Christmas calendar, which also includes the 12 Days of Christmas, a light-up trail around the city with an Aussie twist. At the Comedy Theatre, the Tony Award-winning production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is back for its 4th consecutive year. year. Caulfield Racecourse also getting into the spirit with its Christmas Wonderland Festival, offering themed zones and fun activities for all ages. If you're a purist who must wait until December to start the celebrations, check out the Lavender Harvest Weekend in the Dandenong Ranges or the Tree of Wisdom show by the Wiggles. There's 4 sessions to enjoy at John Cain Arena.
Jane returns now with the forecast, and Jane, we're set for a wet weekend.
Karina, we are indeed. Rain sets in tonight. It's here for much of the time, along with chilly conditions. And on tonight's bright side, the PM's message to Steve Quick after a long career in Parliament House.
Social media shutting down for your children. But what will the ban really mean?
And will taking on the tech titans work?
This Sunday, 6 investigations over 6 nights. Is this the breakthrough that families have been looking for?
It has caused them harm that we can't protect them from.
Each night, how the ban will roll out.
Several parents will help their kids get around the ban.
Plus, the important health warnings.
Sunday, the social media ban special on 7 News.
Tomorrow on Weekend Sunrise, Australia's first happiness centre. Surprising techniques helping thousands find their joy. Plus, Merry Thriftmas, your ultimate guide to second-hand gifts. And turn up the music, one-on-one with Peking Duck. That's tomorrow from 7 a.m.
Hello again. I can sum up our weekend weather in one word. It's wet. Very different to how we ended the week here at the new Anzac station. Have a look at our pleasant Friday. It reached 23 in the city. The light winds and sunshine were slowly taken over by sheets of high cloud. That's a sign of a change on the way, with rain settling in for the evening. These sheets of high cloud are spreading across Victoria from the west, but the proper rain didn't really start in the far west until late afternoon, with only light and patchy activity out ahead. When it does kick off, we have a band of rain with embedded thunderstorms and the potential for heavy falls. The moist remains of Cyclone Fina are running into a broad area of low pressure over South Australia. This will track eastwards over the next 24 hours, crossing Victoria and delivering significant rain. Then we have further troughs and cold fronts heading our way across the Bight. So we'll have a 1-2 punch this weekend. Firstly, the steady rain sets in during the evening and continues overnight and tomorrow morning. It'll finally ease in Melbourne tomorrow afternoon, but Saturday's wet overall and cool. Then we get that second punch, yet another cold outbreak hitting us at the start of summer on Sunday, Monday and into Tuesday morning. Our totals are going to be big. Anything yellow here is at least 20 millimetres of rain. Anything orange is 30 to 50 or locally higher. The vast majority of Victoria should see a soak over the next few days. Around the nation, Brisbane's dry break is over. Severe thunderstorms return tomorrow. 32 in Sydney ahead of a late gusty cool change. Showers developing in Adelaide. It's warming up in Perth. To Victoria by dawn, the rain and thunderstorms are over central and eastern parts. They've cleared the far west. They will continue to slowly clear eastwards during the day, with drizzly showers to follow in the south. Cool and below average in southwesterly winds. Closer in, we have rain overnight and into the morning, breaking to drizzly showers as the day progresses. So it goes from steady to start and stop. It is cool. We're just 18 in the city and a breezy southwesterly wind, very different to today. Steady rain that only slowly eases. To the 8-day outlook, our next burst develops on Sunday morning. So Sunday, about 16 as the top, lots of showers passing through. They continue on Monday when it's just 15. That's right, 15 for the first day of summer. On Tuesday, about 18 by the afternoon once those showers start to clear out. But then very quickly, our temperatures jump up. Wednesday's 27, we're 30 by Thursday. So Wednesday and Thursday are looking very good, ahead of a late cool change with a shower on Thursday night. So by Friday, we're back down to the low 20s, and that continues on Saturday. But once it clears out on Tuesday afternoon, there really isn't much wet weather. So we're just 18 degrees on Saturday, with steady rain slowly easing during the day. Now to tonight's bright side. Steve Quick has been a cameraman in Seven's Parliament House Bureau for the past 40 years. After covering 9 Prime Ministers, he's retiring, and this week, current leaders said thanks.
So to Steve, I pay tribute to you, mate. I thank you for the work that you've done and the engagement that I've had with you.
I popped up to the Bureau to say a personal thank you to Steve Quick earlier today. I did notice that he had a Liberal mug on his desk with stronger economy, stronger coffee written on it, which I thought was very appropriate, and I associate myself with the mug, Mr. Speaker.
So, from everyone here at 7 News, Steve, thank you and enjoy your retirement. Back to you guys.
Yeah, I work with Steve. He's a ripper. Thanks, Jane. And that's 7 News for this Friday. We'll have updates throughout the night.
From now, from the 7 News team, take care and good night.
The 7 News app will give you the news you want every minute of every day, including breaking news alerts. Download the 7 News app now.